I suppose the review is about to start.
It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to show off my blaster.
Hey Keith, yeah? You should probably get your helmet on for the review. I don't want to. I want people to see my hair. No, seriously, Keith, we all have our helmets on. Let me do things the way I want to, okay? Keith, a squirrel just ran off with your helmet. Oh man, why did we agree to be on this channel? Get back here, squirrel! On the table, we are looking at Dreamworks Voltron Legendary Defender, now streaming on Netflix. Some of the Paladins, Shiro, Keith, Lance action figures from Playmates. And it's all about Lance, of course. Let's go through these what look to be pretty spiffy action figures. Let's begin with Keith, Paladin of the Red Lion and holder of the title I Need a Haircut Really Soon. All sorts of stuff going on the back side of the card, Keith, Red Lion Paladin. In case you have forgotten or know nothing of Voltron, Defender of the Universe, long ago a mighty robot warrior Voltron was created to protect the galaxy from evil. Now 5 young heroes must master the power of the Voltron Lions to defeat the Galra Empire and restore peace. Nobody tells me how to fly, nobody, says Keith. An orphan, Keith is driven by an insatiable curiosity of where he came from, which sometimes conflicts with the goals of the team. The most talented pilot of his generation, Keith refuses to live by other people's rules and instead carves out his own path and haircut. Other figures available, I am still on the hunt for Pidge and Hunk. Those two will have to solo a review, I suppose. Maybe I'll find that Cannon Fire Voltron to team them up with too. Okay, let's remove Keith, but maybe before we do, let's check on see if his face is okay. I've heard reports of some of their faces looking a little muddied up by paint. He looks good, let's open him up. Okay, what do we get here? Looks like we have a guide for other characters available. We've already taken a look at that giant form 16-inch Voltron. Absolutely incredible. The cast of Die Voltron. Again, gotta look for that Pidge and Hunk. So there is Keith outside of the box. How's it going, Keith? Don't bother me. I'm thinking about defeating Lord Zarkon. Oh, okay. Well, we have to bother you a little bit for this review. So, Keith, if you were fighting the Galra, what kind of move would you give him? I don't know. Maybe one of these? One of these? And one of these! Wow, that sort of looks painful. But overall, a lot of articulation. And tight articulation too. I like that. You're not loose at all. Well, let's see your sword and shield. How do those turn out? Those look pretty cool. I like the transparency of your shield. That's a really nice piece. And it's good they painted up the sword too. Oftentimes accessories are just left one color. How about you pop on that helmet too? Fine. Awesome helmet. Makes you almost look old school. And in some action figure cases might cover up some of the paint defects of your hair. Paint defects? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. So the Keith figure looks pretty impressive to pick up. I like all the points of articulation going. I kind of like how they've done the hips on this round. You can get a lot of movement on them. Knees. There's rotation in both the bendy and the turny. Nothing really in the ankles, but those are usually the worst things to articulate because it makes figures fall down. Shoulders, a little bit hampered by the extra padding up top. Good elbow movement. Good wrist movement. And of course, 360 head rotation. Although I'd be careful on that. A little bit clumsy paint going on here and there though, so you gotta really look at the package and make sure your Keith is going to be the prettiest Keith around. Stop saying pretty. I don't care about those things. Just defeating Lord Zarkon. Yeah, sounds good. Let's move on over to Lance, my favorite. You've got to be kidding me. Lance. My favorite character, maybe because he's blue, maybe because most of the things he does is very serious. Stuff going on the back of the card, like Keith, a bio of the Voltron story, a bio for Lance, and other figures available. Lance, Blue Lion Paladin. Bayard weapon, blaster. Quote, let me guess, the Blue Lion takes the most handsome, best pilot of the bunch. Lance is all about having fun, even a million miles away from Earth's comforts and distractions. Full of confidence and even more full of himself, Lance thinks he's everyone's best friend, especially if they're cute and female. And while his cockiness often gets the better of him, he always comes through in a firefight. Shouldn't they say ice fight? Alright, Lance, let's kick you out of the box. That's gotta hurt. And Lance outside of the package, looking good.
Of course, what did you expect?
Well, I expected you to have almost the exact same body style as Keith.
Hey, this is my figures review turn. Get out of here, Keith.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, by the way, Keith turning his head has shown off an important detail. When I removed the helmet, some of his hair came off too. So be very careful with helmet removal. Are you saying my hair is damaged? Yeah, just a little bit. I can't deal with this right now. Sorry, Keith.
Haha, things are all coming up, Lance.
And Lance's face up closer. The many faces of Lance. There's so many expressions they could have given him. This one just kind of seems content. His hair a little bit flat too, like he had that helmet on all day. So Lance, what kind of weapon do you have there?
Blaster and shield.
What are you, some sort of Jedi?
You'll have to wait till season 8.
Oh, okay. So the Lance figure, just like Keith, full of articulation all over, great Paladin suit. A pretty good overall action figure. And of course we have the helmet. But be careful, it could rub some paint off. Luckily Lance's haircut is a little shorter.
But I don't want hat head. I have to impress Princess Alora.
Okay then, Lance, thanks for stopping by.
Seriously? That's all the time I get? I have so much to talk about. I have a video game review that I'd really like to show.
Pac-Man Mashems, my quest to complete the whole collection. Still looking for Orange, Clyde. See who we can get today. And we have another Inky. I can never tire of cute little Inky. The blue and bashful. Good to hang out with at a party. Inky. Inky's eyes are a little bit, inked. That never gets old. The quest continues some other day. And at last, our fearless leader, Shiro. Always have a hard time saying that name. Same kind of things going on the back of this card. Shiro, Black Lion Paladin. Primary attack, robotic arm. Quote, everyone, eyes front. We've got a plan. We're going to jump to the heart of the enemy, unseen and undetected. I really don't remember that one. Captured by the Galra, I don't know how many times, Shiro was experimented upon before he was able to escape to Earth. He returned with vital information to lead Team Voltron against his former captors. Calm, thoughtful, and wise beyond his 25 years. He's only 25 years, what? It takes more than a fleet of Galra cruisers to get a rise out of Shiro. One of these times will we finally find out why was he experimented on so many times? And will the storytellers finally activate that plot device? Alright, Shiro, out you go. And Shiro outside of the package looking leadership-like. You bet! Everybody! Join Team Voltron! Ah, okay. So it looks like the Shiro figure is a little bit different than what we've seen with Keith and Lance. His body type in the torso area, and I think the legs area too, are a little bit thicker and bigger. He shows a little more age, although I didn't think he was 25, I always pegged him more for 35. Ah, it's the Galra gray hair curse. Just like Keith and Lance, articulation all over the place. Only in Shiro's case, we can remove that right arm.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna be sick!
Lance, I thought Hunk had the bad stomach.
You tore his arm off, okay?
Anyhow, let's look at Shiro's glowing Galra hand, fist. Snap that on. Ever so lightly. Not bad. I know. How many seasons is it going to take to get him to finally betray the team? Enough with the spoilers! Now excuse me, I'm gonna go join the Sword of Galmora or whatever that was. Looking a little closer at his face, maybe a little thinner than it should be. I like the gray-white hair going down the forehead, and it looks like they even added the under the nose above shadow thing. Anyhow, what else do we have to show for Shiro? Oh, we've got his helmet. Cover that gray hair. Helmets are a little bit soft in plastic. I suppose we could use his other hand as a weapon. That's just weird. So let's use his shield instead. By the way, which way does the shield go? This way? Holding it like that? Or like that? I was going like that before. I'm gonna try this now. Ugh. And there we go with the shield. So good figure again. Very important in collecting the team. Now, let's form Voltron and defend the galaxy!
Cool! Bionic arm!
And there we have 3 Paladins of Voltron, Keith, Shiro, and Lance. Fun figures to look at and collect. Obviously, the best out of the group is Lance.
Woohoo!
If you need a hero, look no further than Shiro. And Keith all around is a great figure to collect too.
Keith, that squirrel stole your helmet! Ha 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 ha!
Ah! Voltron Legendary Defender Paladin action figures arrive on store shelves fall 2017. They run approximately $10. If your favorites are either Keith, Shiro, or Lance, this review is for you. But if you're looking for Pidge, Hunk, and hopefully Allura, check back in a few years, seasons, millennium, 10,000 years, that sort of thing. That's what I have to say about that.
What's the deal with Prince Lotor? Is he a squirrel in disguise? Thanks for watching Squirrel Stampede. Please like, share, subscribe.
That's funny, Shiro. It's usually me who gets the end of the joke.